It's that time of year for an Italian tradition, the Feast of Seven Fishes. Some people go as far as doing 12 or 13 different fish and seafood dishes for this holiday tradition. Let's go in. All right. Look here. We came on a Monday before. Now we're here on a Tuesday when we could actually, dining room's open?
Yeah.
Awesome. We came here on a Monday coming back from vacation a few weeks ago. We were like so disappointed we couldn't sit down and eat.
Oh, yeah.
But, oh, you got oysters in today. Look at that big tub of oysters back there.
Oh, yeah.
You do fried oysters also? What's your name?
Dave.
Dave, I'm Dave.
How you doing, Dave?
Nice to meet you, brother. Got some beautiful fish. Look how fresh this is, folks.
Swordfish, salmon.
Salmon, you got it. Got a little tuna back there.
Oh, yeah. Halibut, red smacker, mahi, pink, trout, bluefish.
Oh, I love bluefish. I got the squid, some beautiful shrimp, mussels. Look at the clams on ice. And the lobsters. You mind if I film you handing them to me? You mind if I film you handing them to me? Yeah. Look, Nazir's got them right here. Look at these. And Nazir's over here helping us at Market 32 by Price Chopper. I love that spa, that salted water spa, the rain shower, seafood shower that cleans the outside. Look at that. Now that's beautiful, bro. Thank you. And thank you for adjusting the price for us. Good stuff.
Of course, you take care of your
You too. Look, frog legs. Swordfish. Here, I want to show you, we did the Feast of Seven Fishes in our magazine before, so I want to inspire you. Here we have Atlantic cod baked with Icelandic cod liver, sauteed broccoli rabe, blackened salmon fillets, big in Louisiana, especially among the Sicilian community. Paul Prudhomme, the late Paul Prudhomme, celebrity chef, perfected blackening. It was a mistake in the kitchen, and he had to send out the dish. In fact, we went down and we met with Paul Prudhomme when he was alive, Ed Woods, our photographer, and I. And he told us the story of, he burnt the dish and needed to get it out to the patron, the dining patron, so he just named it Blackened. In Louisiana, when you go into a restaurant, for $100, you can, a group of 10 can get what's called a feed me. I was explaining this to one of our new food and travel experts the other day. I said, have you ever had a feed me? And she said, no. And I said, well, what a feed me is, when you go into restaurants in New Orleans, the chef there will just make dishes that he thinks that you're going to like. And you pay your $100 and he surprises you with each course. It's called a feed me. Little Creole Italian cooking here, a wonderful salad. This is conch scungilli, a wonderful salad to take to a party. We've got some tongs. Look at all this conch juice that we have left that we can make a nice soup, a nice chowder, add some potatoes to that, and get some mirepoix going and make a nice conch chowder. But this is a wonderful way to present your salad. We are making a Creole Italian dish, jambalaya. This video, we have the full outdoor kitchen. Here is our new rotisserie and cooking grate. We've got some charcoal in our chimney that's going to ash over soon. We're going to build our fire. And we'll save some for garnish. Okay. And we're just going to embed these shrimp into here and keep them on the surface. And I'm going to take our lime and give some fresh squeezed lime juice over that. And put our lid back on. Alexa, set a timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, starting now.
All right, so let's see what we have here. Oh, oh, look at that jambalaya. Hey, folks, it's okay to have sausage and meatballs with your Feast of Seven Fishes. The Roman Catholic tradition is just to have just fish alone, but obviously not everyone's Catholic. So if you want to add other things with your seafood, go right ahead because it's Christmas Eve. Enjoy the foods that you love to eat. And in the background, this is another pasta that we're going to use. It's called bucatini. That is a wonderful dish of my friends from Tenazzi Wines and Terranova Imports that we worked with for years out of Italy. Carmine came here and he says, "Oh, I don't eat bucatini anymore. It's a peasant dish." Bucatini, especially in brodo and broth, is a wonderful Sicilian dish. All right, when I'm talking about bucatini and brodo and broth, I'm talking about bucatini with a stracciatella. Bucatini and brodo stracciatella. It's gonna need a good 45 minutes to an hour in the refrigerator. Alexa, stop timer. So there's your pasta dough. All right, so what you want to do to make the garganelli, I use a pizza wheel and I figure out, what size I want them. Go right through both sides. Put it on your board. Put your dowel here and you're going to give a little roll. And the difference between garganelli pasta and penne is you have the ridges going in the opposite direction than other pastas, and you have a little seam right there. So that's a garganelli. The first thing you want to do when you're working with bacala, salted cod, this cod here is a nice big fillet. But what I want to do is I actually want to put all these pieces that I cut with my Cutco butcher knife here into this plastic bin here. I'm using spring water. I prefer to use spring water to soak my bacala as opposed to tap water. And I'm going to cover this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lid on and I'm going to let it soak and turn in the refrigerator for a couple of days. And that will take out, that will remove all the saltiness from the cod, and then we'll be able to use that with our shrimp and our calamari. We've got Mr. Lobster over here and he's just playing in the pan. Hey, Mr. Lobster. Hey, buddy. He's alive. Look at him. We'll put him up here on the edge and see what he does. Oh, you're just looking at us. Okay. All right, well, we'll watch Mr. Lobster. So we have some mussels here that we actually already steamed open. We have some clams. We have some Dungeness crab cluster here, claws and body. We have some calamari. I have some garlic here that I took the tops off of 2 bulbs of garlic, and I put a little olive oil on the bulbs and some smoked sea salt, and that's in the toaster oven over there. And we're going to let that go a little bit longer. Here's the bacala that we started soaking 2 days ago. And what we did was we continually changed the water and got most of all the salt out of the dried cod, salted cod here. We have some shrimp. The shells of the shrimp, we're going to saute them in the pan to release all that wonderful flavor. Italian parsley, we have to have that. This is conch in the can, scungilli. We're not going to make our own San Marzano or this classic Casal peeled tomatoes. We're not going to make our own sauce. Today we're going to be using either Casavisco sauce in our recipe, but you know what? I don't think we're going to use the Casavisco. We're going to use Gabriel's marinara sauce. In fact, and we're going to serve that over some linguine. I already took this broccoli rabe and I boiled it, well, simmered it high in a pot with a little red wine vinegar, a little bit of brown sugar, and some sea salt and olive oil, and that's perfect. That's al dente. We're going to saute that with some garlic and some extra virgin olive oil, and we'll have that as our vegetable. We made ratatouille the other day with eggplant, zucchini, squash, sweet bell peppers, onions, celery, rosemary, fresh thyme. We might even also have that as a second vegetable. Of course, we've got to have our lemons and lime, butter. Even though we have this Gabriel's marinara sauce, we're going to still chop up some sweet bell pepper, some onion, and some celery. We're going to use fennel, bay leaf, and I have this excellent dried oregano. And let's see what our buddy here is doing before we get started. Hey, mister. Huh? What are you doing? Oh, you're going to be wonderful. We're going to use the claws and the tail. There he goes. He's moving the pepper out of the way. Our live lobster. So let's get going here. But we have our calamari, and what I did with the calamari is I sliced the tentacles and the tubes super thin. Sprinkle this with a little smoked sea salt, and we're going to saute that very quickly. Get it out of the pan, set it to the side, save the juices. Same thing with the shrimp. We're going to do that. A quick butter, extra virgin olive oil, butter, smoked sea salt, and we're going to saute the shrimp until they're perfectly cooked, a little bit under, and we're going to set them aside and save the juices. According to a lot of Italians, you will not find a dish called cioppino on any menus in Italy. All right, let's get our clams going here. We've got our bacala with our cornstarch and garlic powder and onion powder. We got some lemon and lime, butter, olive oil, everything ready to go. We've got our shrimp over here. We've got our calamari there. Let's put our clams in the pot and get them in. And we're going to put our lid on here and see if we can steam them through. Okay, what you can see here is that most of the clams have opened. We still have some more steaming here. We still have our calamari, which I added some salt, some mild smoked sea salt, and white pepper. We're going to use that Gabriel's marinara sauce. All right, let's get our calamari going. We'll add a little bit of butter. We've got our Gabriel's marinara sauce already started there. We'll add a little bit of olive oil, just a little bit. We don't want to add too much. The pan is hot. We'll let it heat up. There we go. We add all of our calamari. Get all these little pieces in here. Okay. So, we've got the lobster body in this pan. We've turned up the heat. We're going to get the claws in there. And we're going to get the tail in there. And we're just going to add some Malden's smoked sea salt to that lobster. There is our grilled shrimp. There is our Dungeness crab. There is our calamari, nice and tender. Our mussels and our clams. And now let this continue to simmer in this. There is our bacala. The broccoli rabe, we're going to actually saute that in some olive oil and butter with the roasted garlic. We've got leftover ratatouille, and of course we've got Italian bread. All right, so here we have some nice, beautiful blanched garlic. We've got the, I've also added some scallion, some green onion to this, so we'll mix that all in. We're gonna use the rest of that bacala, the dried salted cod that we let soak for 3 days in several changes of water. We're going to flake that off in here, and I want to show you what it looks like when it's flaked. This is the bacala that is flaked. We're going to add this to our batter over here, and I put some green onion in that. So here, let us slowly add that to there. What we want to do is just get that gently mixed into our batter. You can see the amount of bacala to batter is perfect, and we'll add the rest of that, and we'll also have 2 different dishes of bacala. Bacala fresh, nice antipasto, bacala fritter that is elongated and a thinner shape that will fry easier and also be able to cook evenly. So I'll show you how we do that. The oil is hot enough. Zeppole di bacala. Bacala salad with cannellini beans, oil-cured black olives, Sicilian green olives, red pepper, and red onions. Octopus salad with bucatini, roasted red pepper, red onion, and a wonderful vinaigrette. Zeppole de bacala. Zeppole. Donut. The word zeppole means donut. And here you can see we took some of our bacala and we made it into a batter. We'll give you the recipe for this. And we made it into a salad. Bacala ensalada, zeppole di bacala. And we're going to let these float a little longer and get nice and brown. And we're going to put them on some absorbent paper towel and enjoy them. 2 ways of using your dried salted cod after you have rehydrated it for 3 days and several changes of water. All right, folks, there we are. Zeppola or zeppole. Zeppola di bacala. And our bacala salad with cannellini beans. Our octopus salad with bucatini. Now, look at these fritters. Bacala fritters. Beautiful, huh? You can see those nice pieces of bacala inside the zeppola di bacala. You can see that there's some nice flavor in there. Wonderful, fluffy. I'm eating too. Look at the inside of that. That's nice and good fritter. Zeppola donut. Hands are wet. What we want to do is take a little bit of this saffron rice, and we want to get it formed into a pancake shape. Make a little indentation here. We're going to take a little bit of the ragu again. We're going to make another ragu one. Take the back of your spoon. You can pile that right up in there as such. Okay. Wet your fingers. Make a little hat. You can use the other part of your palm. Okay. Then come right up with your hat and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Press and squeeze. And if you notice how I'm cupping my heart shape here in my hand, I'm already forming the cone shape upside down. Our leftover puttanesca sauce here. So what you want to do is just take the arancini, place that right in the center, put a nice little presentation on that, and just take your grilled vegetables and arrange them around your arancini, your rice balls. Now, I'm going to show you something here. Never go all the way around with your arrangement on a plate, on a dish. What you always want to do is you want to have a starting point and a finishing point. Isn't that beautiful? Then you can plate the rest of them the same way. We've got tons of mint. Basil right now is hard to come by, but mint was so much easier to come by. And there is your arancini, your rice balls, Sicilian style. Merry Christmas to you and your family and friends from Taste of Schenectady and beyond. TasteandShop.com